Well, hello there. Welcome to Hanging with the Hags. Well, today Vicky and I are in Paris Island, South Carolina. This is the Marine Corps base that is right near Beaufort, South Carolina, just north of Bluffton and Hilton Head. And guess where I'm at today? Yeah, I'm back up on the roof. And there's only one constant with RV travels, is there's always something to do. So yesterday I was getting in to take a shower, and initially I noticed that there was some water on the ceiling inside our shower. And I had kind of made some comment to Vicky. I said, "Man, you got wild in here washing your hair because there's water on the ceiling." And we kind of laughed about it. She says, "Well, maybe it was you." And I said, "Yeah, it could have been." And so then I wiped it up. I go to take a shower, and lo and behold, before I even get out, there's more water droplets coming in. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Now, we are in South Carolina, and it has been raining constantly the last 4 days. Like ever since we got here, it has been just downpour. Today, not too bad. It's a gray day. We're not supposed to get much rain today, so I figured I would come out and try and take a look at what's going on up here. And I think I figured it out once again. So let me show you what's going on. And if you've been following my channel, you'll know that I recently decided to Eternabond the whole front cap. And so luckily, that has nothing to do with what's going on in today's new adventure. So I got up here and I was looking at this skylight. Now I've taken off the inside shroud already. But when I'm looking up here, everything actually looks pretty good. You can see where the old self-leveling sealant is on. You can see where I've put in and caulked up some cracks last summer. And all that looks good. Now, if you look at this right off the corner here on this spot, it's kind of interesting because when I was doing the front cap, and I get up here regularly and check to make sure I don't have any cracking going on. And when I looked back at this and I was kind of wiping down the caulking, I did not recognize this at all. And I remember thinking about it and going, I do not recognize that little glob of self-leveling sealant that is off of the main area of the skylight. So I just kind of went on with my day. I finished up the front cap. So then I came up today, and if I zoom in real close here, you can see that there's a little bit of a bubble here, which is fine. I mean, this is a loose PVC, but if I mash on this bubble, you can see that air is coming out of there. So obviously this is where I have some water intrusion coming in at this very end corner. And so, given the weather here, it's only going to be in the mid-50s today. We're not supposed to get a lot of rain, although it's actually starting to drizzle right now. I don't really want to try and permanently fix this. The weather is just not going to allow me to do that. So what I did is I had some of my leftover Eternabond. I just made a circular patch. And my plan is just to put that circular patch over there, try and prevent the water intrusion from coming in, although be it maybe temporary, because I'm not sure how well this is going to stick, although this stuff is sticking really well, just given the climate today. And then, like I said, I have the inside shroud is off. We're gonna run a fan in there today. There really isn't a lot of water inside. I'll go and do a video in there as well so you can see if you've never taken that off. there really wasn't a lot of water damage. I can see the inside of the roof, and it looks like it was coming in and literally going right down. So that's good news. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put this patch on, and then probably what I'll do is once I get down into Florida, where we have some nice weather coming up, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and I'll see if I can remove this, which I probably won't be able to. And then I'm thinking about maybe just a Turnabon and this whole shroud to include this new patch. Anyways, I got to get this on so before it starts to really start drizzling. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. All right, so here we are. We're inside of our 382 RK shower, and yes, we love this shower. It is so big and wonderful. But let's check out our little situation here. So again, the Turnabon temporary fix didn't necessarily work because as soon as I pushed on it, water came up. But you can see here, there's a little bit of water damage there. These are a little wet in here. But this is, if you take off that shroud, there's 12 screws, the standard square head screws that are holding the inner shroud on in the skylight. But that's the inside right there of your roof. So if you've never seen that, I guess congrats, here's the video. I'll show you the inside. A little bit of insulation up there. So, and again, water was coming in this corner, running along this channel, and then was just dripping down into the shower. So anyways, I think so I got this temporary patch that may not last very long. I think I have a new plan though, that I'll try and work out maybe once the rain stops. So there you go. All right, this is gonna be take 2. So this was my original patch. And as you can tell, it didn't stick at all on here. Oh, in fact, it just blew away. But I think what happened is when I went to stick that patch on, I pushed down in the middle, and you can see there's still a little bit of liquid coming out of that hole. So when I went to secure the patch, water came up, got everything wet, and then it didn't stick at all. So I got a little bit bigger of a patch. And I think what my plan is this time is to not mash on the middle and to go around the sides and then leave the middle raised and then just mash it down, and hopefully that works. Just having that patch on before I peeled, it was sticking a little bit, but I peeled it off. But I took out the inside cover, of course, and ran a heater in there, and that's all dried up. It hasn't been leaking, but we're getting ready to leave tomorrow, so I want to get this patch on. Hopefully that fits a little better. And then once we get down into some warmer weather, then I'll peel this off and come up with more of a permanent solution. And I still haven't gone back through my videos to figure out when this appeared. But anyways, that's what we got going on. Okay, so got a little bit bigger of a patch on. And again, I was not mashing down in the middle. I started on this front edge and was just really trying to get this front edge secured. It looks like it's really adhering a lot better today without all that water in there. And again, this is only going to be temporary until we get into a place where we have a little bit more nicer weather to where I can actually peel all this off and then open up that inside and really see what's in there. So there we go. That's our temporary patch. Never a dull moment when you're RVing.